just realized I'm like kind of glammed up because I'm going out to dinner after this. And this is like a super like bro supplement video. So I probably should have like had like a tank top or something on, you know, with my shoulders out.
Are you ready for the chase now? Take it out, don't let it slow down. 'Cause this is different, this is patience. No, I'm never gonna waste it. Too much too soon, is it right now?
Thank you so much to everybody who asked questions about my supplement routine and participated in the previous vlog and put some comments on that thread talking about how you were interested in this. So I do appreciate you guys being a part of this, and I hope you guys learned something from this channel and learned something from this episode in my Audacious Athlete series. I'm gonna talk about everything from what I take in the morning to what I take pre-workout to what I take during my workout to what I take before bed. And we're just gonna dive right into all the nitty gritty. I do want to preface this video with the notion that I have previously worked for one company that you will see, but I am not a sponsored athlete with any of the companies you see here. So this again is just a wide array of things that I have enjoyed using and that I have enjoyed supplementing into my training programs, both for my off season and my prep. Not say that you 100% need to take them for you or for whatever goals that you have, but please understand I'm just trying to educate and help inform you guys. I'm going to kind of just be chatting over some clip footage of me utilizing these as part of my routine. So I hope you guys enjoy this part of the process. So you're gonna see me getting ready for my fasted cardio. I am still doing fasted cardio. It is a great recovery for implementing cardio when you're in a heavy lifting phase, which I am. So I don't want my cardio to be taxing and detrimental to my progress under the bar. It's also just a great time frame for me to get it in before my day starts. It helps clear my mind. So again, it's just a choice for me at this point. It's just a protocol that my coach and I have jumped on board with. We'll go into about 30 minutes prior to my fasted cardio routine. I do enjoy about 18 to 20 ounces of water. I have a cup of coffee, and I take the following things. I do take L-CARNITINE prior to my fasted cardio. I take 2 capsules of this, which ends up being 2,000 milligrams of L-CARNITINE. This is just one I found at GNC. Looking to take in 2 grams of carnitine prior to my physical activity. So I've taken a little bit of notes, and L-carnitine is an amino acid, a building block for protein. Its goal is to improve athletic performance and endurance, and it aids the body in the production of energy. So, in particular, heart and brain functioning. Again, this is a particular reason why I do take it before my fasted cardio. And fun fact, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but L-carnitine has actually sometimes been prescribed in treatment for individuals with ADHD. If you're into some alternative medicines for helping with that, you may want to consider looking and doing some research on L-carnitine. I use that time on an empty stomach to also take my raw Probiotics. This is 85 billion live cultures. I take 1 capsule, and I make sure to take it on an empty stomach. That's where your flora and your gut health will be most responsive to your probiotics without having to be ingested with food. The reason why I do take a probiotic, will be very honest with you, it is for bowel regularity and gut health flora. Just a little quick advice on probiotics. Probiotics should be stored cold to be active and live, and they need to be in raw form. That is again why I choose to buy that particular one. I know that particular vitamin shops and Whole Food stores and Whole Foods Market actually store their probiotics refrigerated. That is where you want to buy it. So I do encourage you guys to not buy probiotics from places like Amazon or other retailers that are coming to your doorstep. You don't know whether the temperature has been controlled or not, because you're spending quite a bit of money on a supplement. All right, so we're gonna go into my fasted cardio supplement routine. This is also post caffeine. I truly enjoy drinking coffee religiously. I would rather have my luxurious cup of warm coffee than put caffeine into my body through a powdered source. So that is how I choose to ingest caffeine. Caffeine is considered a supplement. Caffeine is considered a energy source. So I do have a cup of coffee prior to my fasted cardio. But I also include into my water prior to my cardio 5 grams of glutamine. And this is just a powdered form, unflavored. I get it from GNC. I've gotten it from other supplement companies in the past. This is just really inexpensive and easy to access because there is a GNC close to where I work. No particular reason other than that. 5 grams of this goes into my water. It is unflavored, doesn't have any sort of taste whatsoever. I then put a full scoop of Anabolic Designs AminoTar. So this particular are BCAAs plus essential amino acids, which just to let you know, BCAAs and amino acids are a little bit different, but yet interchangeable. So that can be very confusing for many people trying to learn about branch chain amino acids and other amino acids. So basically your branch chain amino acids consist of 3 amino acids. That is your leucine, your isoleucine, and your valine. And this particular product has a 5-1-1 ratio, which means that there is 5 grams of leucine per 1 gram of isoleucine and 1 gram of valine. And then the other essential amino acids are also in this particular supplement. So essential amino acids quite literally mean they are essential. That means your body is not gonna synthesize those from other sources, and so you must consume them. So meaning you must consume them from your food or ingesting them. You're not gonna naturally readily produce them. Your branched chain amino acids are actually produced by the body. However, during times of stress, i.e. workout, the production is dropping or you potentially could need more for recovery. So the basis behind taking BCAAs, which most of this is theorized, keep in mind that there are not very many scientific studies on the use of BCAAs, but they are theorized to help boost performance, to help spare muscle tissue. So during a stressful environment, such as a workout, you can become what they call catabolic. Basically, you can be eating away your muscle tissue, so they say. However, by supplementing with BCAAs intra-workout, you can potentially let the muscle sparing. Also, when you work out, you can release serotonin. And serotonin, which is a sleepy hormone, to cause you to fatigue, essentially. And BCAAs have also been theorized to help blunt the serotonin production. So therefore, you help reduce your fatigue and are able to increase your endurance overall through your workout. So this particular BCAA is something I've been taking for almost 2 years now. It has very little sucralose, so it also does not interfere with my gut while I'm training. I can't stand some of them that are tons and tons and tons of sucralose because it honestly upsets my stomach and gastrointestinal tract. Just how I've been. And it comes in some pretty good flavors and they're not overpowering flavors. The worst thing I hate is to have colored lips or tongue during my workout. And I also don't like overpowering flavors in my waters. They have 3 flavors. They have their new Kickin' Cola, which I'm not a fan of cola. I know, crazy. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I don't really like Coca-Cola. But I wanted to try their new flavor. This is actually pretty good. It's very, very mild. It's not overly sweet. It blends really, really well in your water, so it doesn't leave that bottom clump of stuff at the bottom. I don't know, but I've had that before. They also have, which I really love, their new green apple and a sour berry and lemonade. Again, this is the AminoTar, Anabolic Designs, BCAA plus amino acids. Next is the vitamins that I take with my breakfast every morning. So with breakfast every morning, one of my raw Garden for Life products is my Raw One for Women. So this is my multivitamin that I take daily. I do make sure I take it with food because it does assimilate in the gut better if it's being absorbed and digested with food. This particular one for women is because it's got an additional supplement of iron and folate. Tend to produce less iron than men, and we don't typically ingest it nearly as much as men do. So I do like to supplement with iron. Also folate. So folate is one of them vitamins that you find in prenatal vitamins. I am a woman who is of childbearing years. That is the honest truth, is that I'm just making sure I have folate in supplementation form in case I were to procreate and surprise myself. Who really trust this brand, Garden for Life. Again, raw sources are the best sources in my opinion, so raw for one. So this is the glucose disposal agent that I currently take, which is by Anabolic Designs, and it is called MATADOR. And it is meant to drive your carbohydrates intramuscular. Your carbohydrates, typically the majority of them are not gonna be driven to the muscle tissue, and this helps aid in that happening. So the reason why I take these is with my high carbohydrate meals, typically my breakfast, because typically that's my pre-workout. So I really wanna drive that carbohydrate and that glucose to the muscle tissue at that point. So I try to take this about 15 to 20 minutes prior to my first meal, because it is pretty carbohydrate dense. I also take it 30 minutes before my highest carb meal post-workout. Again, the purpose is to drive that glucose, drive that carbohydrates to the muscle tissue intramuscular. Just something I've done to help with carbohydrate digestion and processing. This is awesome. I do notice a difference from this product tremendously, especially in terms of like bloating and indigestion of taking my hard carb meals. I do feel like it's delivering the nutrients where it needs to go rather than just kind of sitting in my gut. Now we're gonna go into my pre-workout supplementation. So my good friend Dunk introduced me to the PEScience High Volume, which is an NO product, which NO stands for nitrous oxide production, which is a vasodilator that helps basically your arteries relax to help improve blood flow. So a vasodilator, which increases the blood flow to the muscle tissues, is what is going to give your muscle that pump or the look of a pump. So again, it's great to increase blood flow to the muscles. So anything that would help that happen for me is going to aid in my training, aid in my ability to increase my load on a weekly basis, improve my volume on a weekly basis. And again, it just helps improve the muscle tissue that I'm building in the gym each week to week. So it does have citrulline in it, and that is the main component of the vasodilator product, is the fact that it does have citrulline in it. I don't know if you guys have heard much about citrulline. You may want to further dive into that and discover if you really want a product like that. I combine high volume with 3 grams of creatine monohydrate. This is a plain, unflavored, whole source of creatine monohydrate only. There is no other ingredients, no other product, nothing in this particular form of creatine. Most often question I get asked in terms of female supplementation is creatine. That is because many women are skeptical of taking creatine because it gets a bad rep. Contain water and you're going to be bloated and you're going to see on the scale. I was one of those women, so sign me up. I was guilty of that as well because I was skeptical and I didn't do my research. So do your research on everything it is that I'm talking to you about. Don't just take it because I told you to take it, but you should take this one. Like really, you should take creatine. So creatine is found naturally occurring in many foods. However, when you cook your food, creatine is no longer as high in the product because you are denaturizing it. i.e. same with protein. When you cook proteins, you denaturize them. I do choose to take a creatine monohydrate. Is the least expensive, most effective creatine supplement you can take. That is why I choose to take it. I can also find it in its purest form as a creatine monohydrate, so it's easy for me to track and manipulate and be consistent with it. So basically, it's going to help you improve strength over time and as well as production of lean muscle tissue. There are actually scientific studies with confirmed results that creatine helps improve lean muscle tissue. And it improves And by improving lean muscle tissue, you improve your overall body composition, which is your lean tissue to fat tissue ratio. So over time, if your percent of lean tissue increases, even if your pounds of fat were to stay the same, your body composition is improved. To answer your questions on loading and bloating, so creatine loading is when you say you start off with 10 grams of creatine, and then you taper down to 8, taper down to 6, taper down to 4, taper down to none. Then you spend this time frame of not using creatine, and that is basically when you are technically loading the supplement. I don't strongly advise this for women because that is typically when you do see inconsistencies in the scale. So creatine uses water to drive the creatine to the muscle tissue. Let me state this. Water is absolutely 100% necessary nutrient to bring creatine to the muscle tissue. So this is where creatine gets this bad rep of causing bloating, because it's essentially going to bring water into the muscle tissue and make it fuller and deliver nutrients. Water is the transporter of all nutrients into the muscle tissue. You could potentially retain water from taking creatine, but that is absolutely 100% essential for improvement in lean muscle tissue. You kind of get what I'm saying here. What my best suggestion is for a lot of my female clients, and if you're a client, that's because I understand what's going on with your body, and I don't necessarily 100% tell my followers to do this, because that's different, because I don't understand your body. I tell them to be consistent with creatine intake day to day and don't do things like cycling and loading. It's initially possibly going to cause a spike in the scale. However, if you are absolutely 100% consistent with the intake, your body becomes neutral to it. Yeah. And that now becomes your new normal. Post-workout, there's one thing and one thing only that I tend to use, and this typically is because I can't immediately have a meal because I live far from my gym, or I need to cook a meal when I get home. So this is what I implement. That's why I choose to use a whey protein isolate. This is my flavor of choice with my product of choice. This is About Time. This is the company I used to work for. I no longer work for them now, but I choose to still love their protein because this MOCHA Mint is the bomb, like seriously. And with some cashew milk, blended possibly with some more coffee, is the bomb, like literally so good. So why I choose a whey isolate over other forms of protein is, one, it is quick digesting, quick absorbing, and 99% lactose free. I am lactose sensitive because I don't take in lactose that much. I don't choose to have a lot of dairy products. So I want a whey isolate versus concentrate. So concentrates typically do have some lactose in them, and this just makes it easier for me to digest and process. Isolates are also rapidly absorbed within the body a little bit quicker because it is free of carbohydrates and fat. So it's quickly delivered to the muscle tissue pretty fast. Again, because it is lacking in fats and carbs, it is also macro friendly, meaning when I need to input some protein powder into my diet or save my macros for the day, if I just need like 10 grams of protein, I can easily get that and not have to worry about like finding a food that's also gonna have some carbs or some fats in it, and I can just kind of manipulate it a little easier. That's the basis of why I choose to take in a whey isolate and why I typically recommend to my clients to use whey isolates. Again, it's just easier to manipulate in macros. It's easily absorbed and digested for most individuals. It doesn't tend to cause any intestinal discomforts. And again, it's typically 99.9% lactose free. And this particular brand is also gluten-free and sweetened with stevia. So I tend to go with this route more so than others because it is sucralose free. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, because now we're just gonna go into my evening routine for supplementation, which is very, very simple. Typically take another fish oil supplement at night, another multivitamin at night, one last probiotic, but I do tend to make a smoothie bowl almost every night. And that smoothie bowl consists of a whey isolate and my Anabolic Designs green formula in the Supreme chocolate. Same company as my BCAAs, Anabolic Designs makes a green superfood formula that also contains amino acids and green superfoods such as kale, spirulina, and kelp. Green superfoods help balance your body's internal pH balance, and that helps boost your body's natural immune responses. So during times of strenuous activity such as exercise, your immune system does take a back seat. And during the nighttime is a great time to boost your body's chances of recovery. So I love having this option for before I go to bed. It's basically my body's prime time to recover, and I'm sending it and driving it, or I'm driving basically the nutrients of a protein and the green superfood and branched chain and amino acids into the body prior to the best time to recover, which is bedtime. So I do appreciate you guys watching this video. I hope I was not super chatty, and I hope I was thorough and you were able to learn something from this video. And please comment below if you have any more questions that you would like me to elaborate on. Again, I was just trying to keep this video really short in length, not making it 23 minutes like every other video on my channel. I feel like it's 23 minutes and I don't know why. So that wraps up my entire supplement video. I really hope this isn't 23 minutes long, because every single one of my YouTube vlogs is 23 minutes long. I don't even know why. Like, go back and look. They're all 23 minutes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this content. Again, this is not something I'm telling you to take or telling you should take, and you should always consult with your doctor or physician before taking any supplements, or let them know what you're taking. And especially if you are working with a coach, be sure to ask them. Let them know that you're interested in taking things. Help them guide you through it. And most importantly, do your own research. Like, research what it is that you're going to put in your body and why you think you need it. Oftentimes, if you think you need it, you're gonna find a reason why on the internet for why you do need it also. So just keep that in mind. It's a trial and error process. Some things work for some people, some things don't work for others. Also understand that manufacturing of these products is not as controlled, and their labels are not controlled by the FDA. That's just the nature of the supplement industry currently. Now that I have given you guys all this wealth of knowledge about what it is that I take, if you have any further questions about anything that I've included, I am gonna link all the products in the description box below, I promise. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe to my channel if you want more, and always comment what you wanna see, because you guys asked to see this video, and so I did it. And it took me forever to compile all the notes that I had for everything, and to have all these here in this like animal house behind me. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate you guys continuing this journey on my channel with me. And I love you guys, and bye-bye. I know, buddy. I know. I know. Okay. Okay. So now he's not gonna get out of the clip. He's gonna be fighting for the camera. Okay. What are you doing?